Who was at the Lovers and Friends Festival? Hello everyone, let's see who attended the Lovers and Friends Festival. Despite the scorching temperatures, endless lines for those seeking breathable air, and a demand for water to combat the heat, according to several attendees, Seoul Lakshin's inaugural Lovers and Friends Festival appeared to achieve what many thought was a pipe dream. They gathered some of the best artists from the 1990s and early 2000s for a two-day event on the Las Vegas festival grounds. It wasn't entirely a figment of people's imaginations, with performances by Amory, Cassie, 112, Next, Jodeci, Snoop Dogg, Fabulous, Ja Rule, Ashanti, Lloyd, and of course, the man behind the festival's namesake, Lil Jon, Ludacris, and Usher. During his set, which was plagued by technical difficulties, Mace reignited his feud with Diddy in the midst of the nostalgic experience. The former bad boy rapper's sound was completely cut off while attempting to perform Mo Money Mo Problems. "I see what's going on," Mace said to the audience. "I'm used to being mocked. What's going on is nothing new to me. Someone, somewhere paid a few dollars to put an end to my show. But that won't deter someone like me. I'm not one to flee easily. I just wasn't prepared for it, so I'm going to take my time." Mace then addressed Diddy, saying, "Thank you, Puff. You know he paid for that, right? I've got you covered, nigga. I could hear you clearly." Lauryn Hill arrived on time for her closing set on Saturday, May 14, much to the surprise of guests. But a security incident forced attendees to evacuate the scene due to false reports of a shooting. 3 people were trampled and taken to the hospital with minor injuries. Performances resumed soon after the anxiety subsided. Nelly began his set by paying tribute to Huey, best known for his hit Pop, Lock, and Drop It, who recently passed away. City Spot, a longtime friend and former Saint Lunatic who did a 10-year bid for armed robbery and for whom Nelly wore a band-aid on his cheek until he was released, joined him for his performance. Jaquan performed Tipsy with Nelly, and Shingy performed Holiday Inn and Right There. It could have been coincidence, but Nelly performing right after Ashanti and Usher performing right after TLC had to have made for some interesting backstage interactions. I was expecting Chili to join Usher on stage for a cute little reunion the entire time Usher performed You Got It Bad, but that would have been too much to ask. Ja Rule and Ashanti persevered. While both have had their share of career ups and downs, the 2 former Murder Incorporated label mates performed in front of a raucous crowd of fans, shamelessly belting out every word to their lengthy set list. Ashanti revealed that she will be honored with a Hollywood Walk of Fame star later this year. ATL showed up. ATL artists turned out in force. Usher, Ludacris, and Lil Jon were clearly the best of the night. They brought hits and should have closed out the night, especially since the festival was named after their classic hit song together, and their set ended with a fireworks display. However, Miss Lauryn Hill was the closing act for some reason, which was as perplexing as her presence there in the first place, because she didn't really fit with the lineup or tone of the festival. Lady Power persevered. Lovers and Friends women completely dominated their lanes. Khalees thrived in her element despite being scheduled during one of the hottest parts of the day, dancing fast and free to Got Your Money and dedicating Milkshake to all the girls. Meanwhile, Maya and a dynamic duo of dancers captured the essence of old-school R&B. On sexy numbers, they wore fedoras, trench coats, and canes and rallied the crowd to hip-hop anthems like Ghetto Superstar. The festival's 2 main stages were linked into one mega stage, attracting a Coachella-sized crowd all day. I was initially skeptical of the setup, but I quickly came to appreciate it for allowing for spontaneous collaborations. Timbaland joined Genuine on stage at one point to sing Pony, and then, to everyone's surprise, Dr. Dre's The Next Episode came on, heralding the arrival of Snoop Dogg. as Snoop, dressed in leopard print, lit a joint on stage and ran through some DOGG favorites. The crowd erupted in applause. Mistakes included a lack of communication on the part of the festival's production. To accommodate the sheer volume of performances, artists were given a strict time limit, especially earlier in the day, which resulted in some performances feeling rushed. If an act went over time, the mics were cut off, sometimes in the middle of a song, much to the artist's chagrin. During their performances, Juvenile, The Dream, and Mace all had their microphones turned off. Mace was the only one whose set time was extended due to technical difficulties caused by the heat. That's all we've got for now. If you enjoy the show, please subscribe by clicking on the subscribe button. Please show us some love by liking and sharing the video with your friends and family. To receive updates on our new videos, turn on the notification button. That was all we had time for today. For the time being, I'll bid you farewell and hope to see you in the next video.